The regular meeting of the Jackson Board of Selectmen to order. It is 3:02 and this is the July 28th regular meeting of the Jackson Board of Selectmen. Thank you all for coming that made it. We're glad you're here. And our first order of business this afternoon, I am going to move item 8E up to address before numbered agenda item 1. The item 8B under new business is a letter of support for Carroll County Sheriff's Office radio grant, and I'm moving that up just because I understand they would like to have that letter discussed and available to pick up if we're so inclined to support them again. This year. It would be good timing for them if they can get it earlier rather than later. This is a letter that is a support letter for the Carroll County Sheriff's Office, and the letter of support is to put our commitment behind the second phase of funding for a communications grant. And so it is a standard letter of support. We signed one last year for the first phase, and this is the second phase. I don't know, John and Dick, if either one of you haven't had a chance to read it and want to, just take a little scan on that and see how you feel about it. I'll be entertaining motions if either one of you are so inclined.
I'll second.
Okay, very good. Any discussion from either one of you on it?
No.
All those in favor for signing the letter of support for the Carroll County Sheriff's Office radio grant, the second phase of it, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Very good. All three in favor. We will sign that. And get right to agenda item number 1. Agenda item 1 is for us to enter into non-public session for RSA 91A32C, which is matters which, if discussed in public, would likely adversely affect the reputation of any person other than a member of the public body itself, unless such person requests an open meeting. This exemption shall extend to any application for assistance or tax abatement or waiver of a fee, fine, or other levy based on inability to pay or poverty of the applicant. So I'll entertain a motion to move into non-public session.
Before you do, could I just add that although C applies, I think A applies
would be,
as well, and
Yeah.
it might even be more applicable, so you might want to cite A in the motion.
Yeah,
We talked back and forth on that,
Yeah.
so we really do have two RSAs that apply here. You're absolutely right, 2C and 2A. So I'll entertain a motion to move into non-public based on those two RSAs.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? All
Aye.
right, okay, very good. So we will adjourn to the office to conduct our non-public session, and we will be out as soon as it's done. And I'll give that to you so we don't lose that.
I'm going to invite the sheriff in.
Yes, Sheriff, is Attorney Dewhurst,
Said he would be here.
we were expecting him, so if he can make it and join us, that'll be good. So we'll adjourn into the office.
So you guys
We're back in the public session of our meeting. This is the July 28th regular meeting of the Jackson Board of Selectmen. And as I said at 3 o'clock, when there were fewer of you here, thank you all for coming. We're glad you're here. And our first order of business will be to approve the minutes. And we will go to 2B. I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the July 14th Selectmen's meeting.
Second.
Okay. Did either one of you find anything in the minutes that you wanted to edit or change in any way?
No.
Good to you?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Fair enough then. All those in favor of approving the Selectmen's minutes from July 14th, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Very good.
Bless you.
And next up will be to approve the minutes of the July 21st public meeting of the Board of Selectmen. Entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
Move.
Second it?
Okay, all those in favor of approving the minutes as written, say aye.
Aye.
Very good, motion passes. And we also had a non-public session on July 21st. So we voted to seal those minutes, so I'll have you initial that envelope. Thank you.
Excuse me.
Okay. Next up, we've got agenda item number 3. Deputy Town Clerk Tax Collector appointment. Karen, I saw you back there. Would you like to fill us in on the Deputy Town Clerk Tax Collector appointment process?
Absolutely. What we did is we put an ad in the paper, also in e-news, looking for any candidates interested in applying for the Deputy Town Clerk Tax Collector. We had several people apply, and through a process that was set up, I went through with interviewing a number of them, and I ended up making an offer to Gloria Hutchings as a Deputy Town Clerk Tax Collector, and she accepted.
Okay. And you're looking for us to approve your offer that you've made to Gloria Hutchings. Questions, John or Dick?
No, I'd like to say I think it's a good choice.
Okay, excellent.
Motion to accept that nomination.
I'll second.
Excellent. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Very good. Congratulations, Gloria Hutchings, wherever you are. Thank you for putting all the work into that interview process and coming up with a top candidate. Appreciate your efforts on that.
Thank you very much.
All right. Next up, agenda item 4, discussion of interim coverage of police department while chief is on paid administrative leave. So I can share with you all that we just had a discussion in non-public meeting on that topic, and along with Sheriff Dominic Ricciardi and County Attorney Tom Dewhurst, and we voted to leave the minutes of that meeting unsealed. They're brief, I'll read them. We had a discussion about how to assist the Jackson Police Department officers in the interim, pending outcome of an investigation being conducted by Carroll County Sheriff's Department and Carroll County Attorney's Office. Carroll County Sheriff will assign an on-duty supervisor to be contact person for Jackson Police Department. Carroll County Sheriff's Department will provide any response needed, and they are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And those are the result of the discussion we had around coverage. John, did you have anything to add to that?
I do not.
Dick?
No, I'm happy with those thoughts.
Okay, excellent. And so we will move on then to agenda item number 5, and then after that, we'll be at our first public comment section. Agenda item number 5 is a letter of resignation that the town received from Officer Orsini dated July 20th, 2016, Board of Selectmen. Jackson Board of Selectmen, please accept this letter of resignation from the Jackson Police Department effective immediately. This resignation includes animal control officer position as well. Thank you very much for allowing me the opportunity to serve the beautiful town of Jackson. Sincerely, Lauren Orsini. And we received that again on July 20th, 2016. And that brings us to,
I'll make a motion that we accept
Oh, sorry.
that letter.
very good.
I'll second that.
Okay, great. Anything else to add before we vote? Okay, all those in favor of accepting the resignation of Officer Orsini?
Aye.
Aye. Very good, motion passes, thank you. A little bit ahead of myself there.
Just trying to move along.
Okay, so that gives us up to agenda item number 6, public comment section. This is the first of 2 public comment sections, so if there are any comments in the room, now is the time to make them if you choose. And again, we've gone over this before, but I'll just go ahead and repeat that this is the time for any and all public comments. We'll take them up as a big batch. When we're done with public comments, I'll ask John and Dick if they have any responses to any of the comments they heard. I'll provide any responses to any of the comments I've heard, and then we'll move on to agenda item number 7. Are there any public comments at this time? Yes?
Hi, James Gleason,
Hi, James.
right across the street.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if this is the forum for it or not, but I would like to offer myself as a character witness for Chief Jet. We've known him since we moved here, so if there's any need for anybody to comment on his activities for what we've seen, I'd like to just offer my input.
Thank you. Any other comments? Gino?
Hi, welcome aboard, Dick, or back aboard. This situation, I was thinking, you have the county covering the office, I guess, or at least like a supervisory thing. I had been talking to Carl Myers time back. He was a former captain here, Dick, I think he was on, you were on the board before, on for 10 years. Just wondering if the thought might be posed to, if it's available, have him come back. We don't know how long this will last with Mr. Jetty. And if it, I don't know, if you guys know it's going to be a month, 6 months, a year, it would be nice to have somebody who lived here, who still lives here, supervising at least temporarily. And I think he would come back for a temporary situation. Just a thought.
Thank you. More comments? Yes.
Is this going to cost, this is Damon Steer from the County Sun. Does this cost the town of Jackson anything to have the county cover or help with police matters?
More comments?
They don't answer.
Yes.
Yes, I believe we witnessed Officer Orsini's change from a patrol, or from, I don't know the new order. She just became what? You could probably answer that for me, when she was sworn in by Chief Jetty. And we have sent her to school, and we have sent her to be a prosecutor. I'm wondering if that means, I know that you had said that they had to be here for 3 years, sign a contract for 3 years. Does any reimbursement come for that in any manner? And also, do we need to train another officer for this loss? And also, are we going to get another dog officer or animal control officer? And my name is Sarah Clemens. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good question.
More comments? Yes.
Joyce Allen. I was, in my opinion, I'm thinking maybe this is a time to consider going back to 2 policemen in Jackson rather than the numbers that we have had. Because I think that the police department has grown disproportionately to the increase in population. And since we're going to maybe in some sort of a transition right now, we might consider some changes to the police department. That could be one.
Thank you. More comments? Yes.
Edith Houlihan from the Friends of the Jackson Library. In case you weren't there last Saturday, Lycan Rancourt, the library director, and the library trustees, and the Friends of the Library put on their first annual summer picnic from 5 to 7 Saturday at the library. And our local musicians, Miss Maybell and Slim Pickens, played. Marty Sweeney of Sweeney Sensations catered. The thunderstorm came through about 10 minutes before the start, and there were still 85 people who showed up on a nasty night. So I think that was a huge success, and I think Lycan, the library director, had a great idea, and she went through with it, and kids were playing games and people were listening to music, and that was a really good town event that was sponsored for free by the library.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Thank you, yes.
More comments? John, any responses to any of the comments you've heard?
James, thank you very much for that offer. Gino, I think it's an excellent idea. We'll certainly, I'll look into that a little bit. Dana, we don't usually typically answer questions when we do the comments, but Sarah, it's certainly a point question there. We want to try to follow up on that one for sure, because we had talked about that. Joyce, there's certainly room for discussion on that, I would think. And Edith, I'm glad you had a great time.
Dick? Okay. John, I think you just about covered it, so very good. Thank you for all the comments. We'll move on to the building inspector's report. He's in the back of the room on his way up. Hi, Kevin, how are you? Time for your weekly report. What have you got?
Just have one new building permit, and this is at the Now Corporation on Route 16. It's for a 20-foot extension for 2 walk-in freezers, and they're not connected to the building. They're just out back. And on to 7C Partridge Road.
Yeah.
That has been resolved. The tree branch has been cut, so it meets the fire department access road rule, so we're good there.
I went up it today. It looks pretty rutty though. It's got some pretty good.
Yeah, every rainstorm,
Yeah.
it just, it's one of those constant things that has to be, looked at all the time. So, yeah, they're aware of that, so.
Oh, yeah.
Someone will be out there again filling the road there. Yeah, that's why one part of it's paved, I think, because it was so bad.
Washed out.
Right, yeah. And that's even getting bad now too. And that's it for this week.
Okay. Thank
I
you.
have a question about the little building garage at Black Mountain Road. The Doucette's house. It's on the left, just out of town. Before you get to Christmas Farm.
Arthur just that's old house.
Oh, the shed that he's taking down.
Yeah.
He has a demo permit, and he's gonna take that down piece by piece. He wants to pull some of the timbers out and save those. And I think there's some wide boards and stuff, and I know he's gonna do all those, but definitely gonna save them. Shape, yep, there you go. So that's what's happening there. Thank you.
John?
No, good.
Thanks for coming. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
All right, that takes us to agenda item 8, new business. Trustees of the trust funds have a withdrawal request correction. This was the withdrawal request we made at our last meeting, and they've asked us to make a correction and reread the motion here. From the July 14th minutes, and they've made the corrections on this sheet, so I'll just go ahead and entertain a motion for the Board of Selectmen To follow withdrawals from the trust funds as indicated below, $1,100 from the Police Cruiser Capital Reserve Fund 0027. To Professional Vehicle Park Road dated June 24th, 2016, invoice 29999 in the amount of $1,910. The remaining $810 will be paid from the proceeds of the sale of the police cruiser. So that is the motion I'm looking for.
I would make a motion to make that correction.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, very good. Not sure how that came about the first time, but I'm glad you got it right there. The next item of business under new business is 8B, and that is a review of the liaisons for the different departments. And Julie the list together for us. I don't know, is this the first time you guys have seen it?
See it in this form anyways.
Okay, so if you want to take a minute and review that. And I will start by just saying we've got Bill Lockhart was the liaison for town clerk, building inspection, police department, fire department, emergency management, animal control, and library appropriations. So, looking to distribute those liaison duties. I think you both have got some ideas. Dick, you're new on the board and had first crack at all that, and what did you come up with?
Oh, I get choices? Wow. So I'm
We get the
down for
veto on that
building
one.
inspection,
Yep,
and then I am planning board.
right. And with building inspection, was that also gonna
That'd be a good one for him.
have you functioning as a liaison for the fire department?
Yes.
Okay, great. And so that leaves police or emergency management and animal control that are kind of all three under the same domain and have been for quite some time. And I had entertained the idea of taking that role on again. I've been the police department liaison in the past. And John, I know you're knee-deep in our project at the transfer station. But you're more than welcome to those liaison duties if you want them. You're all set? Okay, well then, if that's agreeable to both of you, then I will go ahead and function as the liaison to the police department, emergency management, and animal control. John, weren't you involved with the emergency management though?
I was, actually, I was gonna suggest I do that one, because I was involved
You
with
take
that.
that.
Okay.
I'll take the animal control officer. And the police, and you've got emergency management. Okay, great. Library appropriations.
Highway department.
Highway department. It has not changed, has it? Do you want that to change?
No, I want,
Oh, okay. Oh, you want, yeah, that's been me, and I'm happy to continue in that position. John's gonna continue on with the Bartlett Jackson ambulance position, right, John?
Yep.
And but the town clerk, tax collector position, we haven't discussed that one. Either one of you care to?
I'd be glad to do that one.
Okay, thank you, John. I'm feeling a little maxed out with the
Mhm.
liaison stuff.
I'm sure.
So that'd be wonderful if you could act
Yep.
as the liaison there to that department. So, and then library appropriations. I'm not sure how involved that was. I'm not sure if you know, Edith.
I don't think
That was a
it's pretty much
minimal-
something that's voted on at the town meeting, and then the town administrators take care of it.
Okay, all right, great,
I think if the trustees have an issue, they just kind of come
okay.
at you as a group.
Well, know that if the trustees do have an issue, that they can pick out one of us, invite us to a meeting, come to a meeting and present whatever it is they have issues with. We're more than happy to all three act as liaisons or whatever they need moving forward.
I'll share that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Fire department?
Fire department is going to be Dick.
Okay.
Dick has got the fire department and building inspection, the planning board, and
Highways. No, that's you.
I'm the highway, yeah. Okay, so I think
Sounds
we
good.
got it covered?
Yep.
All right,
Awesome. Save that one.
excellent. Okay, next up, item 8D. I'm sorry, bids for the 2011 Chevy Tahoe. We got 5 bids. You get 2, I get 1.
The envelope sealed it up. Talking to him.
All right. This is seeking bids for the Chevy Tahoe that's been replaced and approved by the voters at the town meeting in March. John, you want to go through first who you got bids from and how much the bids were for?
I have Dennis Gallagher from Bartlett. He bid $9,599. And this one is from Mary Hill Wendowski, and her bid was $2,053.
Okay. What do you got there?
I have one from Paul Gleason Gorham, 3,326. And one from Kent Mountain Auto, Eaton, for 7,000.
7,000 even?
My bid is $7,000.
Okay. And the bid I opened is from Scott Grant, Glen, New Hampshire. Scott bid $548. So it looks like, John, you've got
Chicken dinner.
the highest bid here, so I will entertain a motion to accept the bid from Dennis Gallagher, 4 Kearsarge Street, Bartlett, New Hampshire, in the amount of $9,599.
Cash.
Okay. Very good.
I'll second that.
All right. All those in favor of accepting the bid from Dennis Gallagher, 4 Kearsarge Street, Bartlett, say aye. Aye. Very good. We'll keep all the bids together in case there's a problem with that bid. But looks like we've got the high bid figured out. A lucky winner. Thank you. Next up, the public bathroom request.
Oh, you missed one. Planning board letters.
Oh, sorry, planning board letters of interest. We got 2 of them. One of them just came in today. I think maybe both of them did, I'm not sure. But we have 2 openings on the planning board for regular members, is that correct, Dick?
No, they're for alternate.
They're for alternates. Okay, all right. So, and that's a total of 5 openings. We have 5 openings?
Yes,
Okay.
We're all, most of all.
for alternate. alternates, yes.
Yeah, so we've got 2 letters of interest here received today. We've got one from William Terry, and he is here, and I know Chris is here as well. I don't necessarily need to read these. Have you guys read them? Would you like copies?
I read,
Okay.
actually read.
All right, great. Thoughts, either one of you?
Willing,
As long as they're both willing to
serve.
come on as alternates, which I just say, many meetings, we don't have a quorum without the alternates. The alternates always have the ability to enter the discussion. Your ideas are always listened to. And as we have the possibility of an opening, I don't know what's going to happen with it, but I'd like to say both of you come on as alternates and just be ready to go if a full-time position opens up.
No?
I'm sorry, William Terry. You have an opening and you have openings for alternates, and is that correct?
We're waiting to hear from one member who is
An alternate currently?
no, he's a full member now. And if he chooses not to continue as a full member, then that position would be open. The position of alternate we do have right now for both of you.
We both seem agreeable to that, so, okay, entertain a motion to approve Chris McAleer and William Terry for alternate positions on the planning board.
I'd like to move that.
I'll second.
Very good. Any more discussion, guys? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, very good. Okay, now, public bathroom. I'll start the discussion with a letter that we received. As I have for the last 2 years, I'm asking again that the town, in conjunction with the Jackson Chamber, please do something about a public restroom. We have a steady stream of people coming into the store looking for a bathroom. This is Alicia from White Mountain Puzzles. Lots of money is spent inviting tourists to stroll around the village and hike up to the falls, and then there's nowhere for them to go pee. Town should open the restroom at the ball field, and the chamber should be responsible for supplies at least. Thank you for reading my rant. And so the response, we had a response from a couple of people. I know Margie weighed in on this. Old Library Management Committee suggested porta potties during special events, and Pat Kelly, the road agent, says that the ball field bathroom is now working, but there is no hot water. We had a water main, what was that broke on the, and had to be repaired over the last month. I know it was fixed. So that's the situation on the bathroom. Guys, do you have any thoughts? I mean, it also functions as storage.
Right.
For the Mount Washington Valley soccer team and for Little League and the Bartlett Rec Center. So we've got kind of a storage room that also contains a bathroom.
I think it'd be a tough walk from White Mountain Puzzles to the ball field to use the facility.
Okay. Thoughts, John? On meeting the need of,
Well, we do have the fire department too, that has a bathroom there
right?
as well.
It's just hard leaving it open to the public.
Right, that's it. You can't leave it open
Another layer
24/7.
of maintenance too.
Otherwise, you install a porta potty everywhere.
So I don't think we'd open up the fire department to public for bathroom facilities.
Okay.
I don't know what the answer would be.
Well, you want to, you know, what we can do is kind of ponder this for 2 weeks, put it on as an agenda item at our next meeting, and time maybe look around for other ideas and come together and discuss it again. You want to do that?
Sounds good.
Okay, great. Comment?
Yes, why can't you put the sports equipment in Grayson Garage?
Okay.
Again, it's the logistics, if you've got it up there, then you have to bring it down to the ball field to use
They're
it.
doing exercise. If they're walking a mile, they're going by it.
Edith?
Maybe in the meantime, before something is created, a quick solution would be to put something on the sign at the covered bridge where a lot of people park to walk, and working with the chamber, saying that places like the Jackson Public Library and the town offices welcome you to use their restroom when they're open. And that is the most discouraging thing as I travel, to walk into a place that says no public restrooms, because I'm not going to spend my money. So I think places like the town hall and the library now are welcoming to use the restroom, and maybe we can brainstorm what other places would.
I think putting porta potties out when there aren't special events should not be the style of Jackson.
No.
Well, let's go ahead then and take a look at some of these options.
Yeah,
and come
I
back
like
and,
Edith's idea.
talk about it next meeting, see if any of it seems. Yes?
If I could make a quick comment, William Terry, whether we put one out or not, I live right across from the falls. We have regular walkers into our driveway and pee in our woods. That happens frequently. Also, when we had the bikers in here, there were no public restrooms, there were 100 bikes, and they were out behind this and that other tree. Whether we put one out or not, we are going to find that users are going to find a place of nature. And I think if we aren't putting anything out there, that's what's going to continue to happen. And particularly around the falls where you have 30 cars, people stay there all day, and there's no toilet facilities. I think that is a problem.
Okay, great. Thank you. Another comment?
Getting back to the chief issue, I was just wondering if the selectmen could, I know you guys don't answer questions, but this forum sometimes, but.
But you can ask one anyway.
Yeah, could you guys say who the supervisor, maybe it'll change, who the supervisor is who's coming from Carroll County?
I read the minutes of that meeting that we voted not to seal, and the Carroll County Sheriff's Office has supervisors on, either on duty or on call 24/7.
Okay, so
And
it's
that
multiple.
schedule
Yeah, whatever their schedule
we
is.
provided for us. So
I don't know if there's a way to let people know who's in charge and when, just so they know who's leading the department. Or I mean, it probably changes so often that it'd be hard to know.
they're offering supervisor
Yeah.
assistance. They're not leading the department. A little bit different nuance to that, but thank you. Okay, anything else back to the public bathrooms before we move on? Very good. Old business, 9A, transfer station updates. John, give
Yes.
us a rundown of what's going on up there?
Well, we finished digging out the foundation for the addition where the cardboard compactor is going to go. That's all dug up. And the retaining wall, the 100-foot retaining wall that's going to be the kind of the centerpiece for the sorting area. So those are all dug up, and they've sealed off the area so they can work safely without any traffic going through there. Kind of rerouted everybody. As if people have been up there, they know. Trying to work out the bugs as far as where to place some of the existing recycling bins. I think they've created a ramp for the plastic and the glass. I know the tin and the aluminum is kind of in some discussion there about where to put that. And we'll work that out, but all in all, everything's moving pretty well up there.
Great,
So,
big project.
Gino?
Comments?
Just a quick question, John. As far as the glass, we used to call it Mount Glassmore, and it looks like it's about twice as high as it used to be. All the broken glass, that is gonna be very, very expensive to get rid of, because you're gonna have to rent a crusher or something, and then figure out what to do with the residue. But it was taken for a while, broken up, and they used it in some roads in Bartlett, but it came through the hot dog. So I was just wondering if this, because that's gonna be in, you know, in the multi-thousands of dollars when you have to do it, so they ought to be somehow looking at it and planning ahead for it, you know?
Yeah, I think we're gonna try to use it on site, we're allowed to use it on site in some form or fashion, so
Yeah.
we'll try to do that as much as possible, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Any other comments on the transfer station updates? Yes, Bob?
Is that legal with only one town voting on that?
I'm sorry, Bob?
Is that legal with only one town voting?
One town voting.
You didn't have any department members there when you voted on that transfer station?
No, they had a committee.
It was a committee, it was a subcommittee meeting for the people who were going to do the work. Bartlett was unable to attend, that's their prerogative. It was open to them, obviously.
Nothing went out for bids?
Nope, nothing went out for bids, nope. We discussed that, and we said that a lot of this, with it being such a tight time frame, that by putting, you know, gravel bids out and, you know, tarring bids out, maybe we might do tarring bid when that comes up, but, you know, like to get the project going with an excavator, and, you know, we used a town crew to dig it out. We rented an excavator to get that foundation dug out. You know, we put bids out that it would have taken a couple more weeks, just, we felt it would have delayed the project more. So if there's a big item, we will probably put a bid out for something like a paving issue. But for, you know, trying to get it done within the town's workforce right now.
Concrete will not do.
Yeah, the concrete will probably, went out to bid, I think.
You went out to Hoyt and Firm Foundations.
Yeah.
May I ask who did the excavating, rated the excavator?
Brad from Bartlett Town Crew did the excavating. We rented it from Patrick Haley, I believe. Is where you rented the excavator from. Did a nice job, got that all done in one day. That was pretty nice.
Public comments is up next. Yes.
I may have been napping, but did you skip 8E?
We addressed 8E as the first order of business when we opened our regular meeting at 3 PM. We moved that up before we went into non-public. Yes?
I don't know if you can really answer this, but have we been approached yet about this situation with a lawsuit? And I don't know if you can answer that. Just wondering, because I understand the person just got a promotion 2 weeks ago, and now she resigned, I'm just wondering. I guess you can't answer.
No comments to make on anything that you're referring to. Comment?
Sarah?
Yes, I was just wondering about down at the pond. We seem to have a herd of geese, or whatever you call them, and I'm just very...
A gaggle.
Okay, we have a gaggle of geese, and I'm just concerned because if I believe it's against game warden rules or the rules of the road to feed wild animals. And if people are feeding them there, as we well know, they leave a very messy residue in their path. And that is a place where people take their children to play, walk their dogs, which I hope they take their bags to pick up after them. But I'm just very concerned that, unless I'm wrong, that is, you know, not a process that's supposed to be happening. If they just land there, that's one thing. But if you're feeding them there, it's another thing. And plus, they do leave behind a pretty slippery mess. And it is a play yard for our guests and our children.
All right. No,
Thank you.
They've been seen.
Can you make a point to put that on the agenda for the next meeting? See if we can have a discussion about whether or not people are feeding those geese, or maybe we want to do away with the leash law down there for a couple of weeks, or whatever we want to do.
A simple sign with a fine.
Right, and figure it out.
More signs.
Thanks. Thanks, Julie. Any more public comments? Bill?
Yeah, I just would like to either thank the selectmen or Pat Kelly, whomever did it, by getting the boards replaced on the Valley Cross Bridge. It was greatly appreciated. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, that went into the budget in March and was slated for happening this year. And it was, so basically, it was the voters that made the decision to do that. So thank you.
Get it done. Thank you.
Glad you like it. It looked pretty good to us, so I'm glad you were happy with it. Any more public comments? Sarah?
Yes, just again, looking at the Chamber of Commerce, thank yous and so on in their comment area, they thank the selectmen and the administrators of the town for the fireworks. Maybe if they're going to leave it on the calendar or put it up that way, that maybe they can thank the taxpayers as well. I mean, we were the ones that voted it in,
Right,
so,
true.
you know, I mean, it's not that you don't appropriate it, but I just thought, you know, it's kind of be nice to get a little pat on the back on an occasion.
Thank you. More comments? Seeing none, entertain a motion to adjourn?
I would make that motion.
I'll second that.
All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you for coming, everyone. Glad you made it.